Greetings, Divine Collective. Welcome to the waters. This will be a general reading for the spring equinox. Happy spring equinox, tribe. How's everybody doing out there on planet Earth? We're going to do a reading Sun, Moon, and Venus. See what's happening for us during the spring or the autumn equinox. I'm going to give a gentle chime. Thank our ancestors, Orishas, spirit guides, for bringing the messages through. What is the manifestation for the autumn equinox, the springtime? What's coming towards us? What can we expect? I appreciate all of your likes, shares, subscribes, and donations, even comments. I love positive feedback. And so the cards have been cleansed, meditated over, pre-shuffled. I'm going to give a quick shuffle for the camera. My apologies if you hear snoring dogs or anything in the background because I like a house full of people. I love having a full house, so there's always someone here. All right. What's coming towards us spiritually, mentally, physically, financially for the divine collective, for the autumn equinox, the springtime, everything coming up new, everything being reborn. This is our time of rebirth. This is our time of the overall energy is victory. So this is going to be a time to celebrate, a time to make wise choices. This is a time to really appreciate the hard work that we have done, how we've educated ourselves, how we have transitioned into higher positions due to major shifts going on in the earth. And so for our equinox, we're going to come into a time with this Six of Wands where we can celebrate and be thankful and be in a position where everything is coming up new for us to give. And we got this Four of Cups. So it's time to forget the losses. This is a new year, a true new year. And it's time to leave the past behind if we want to go into a period of abundance and celebration. We are going to have to leave the past behind. There's no taking into the new year feeling sorry for ourselves. We need to use the opportunities that are before us and in our hands to access the emotional experience for some of you all that you would like to see, you know. So staying in this, I don't know, this space of being distracted with what's going on the planet. Nothing is going to stop this shift. This is a planetary shift that's happening. Nothing's going to stop it. Yes, there's a lot of grieving, a lot of mourning going on. People are losing loved ones. However, it is time for us to turn our back on systemic ways and the things that have hurt us with this Ten of Swords. Because this is the end of losses. If you can just see through the illusion, you know, that the system would paint for us, then you can know it's time for you to turn your back on situations, circumstances, people, belief systems that have not profited your well-being, profited our thinking, profited our clarity. This is a new cycle with this being a 10. So the spring is our new cycle where we walk away from all of the things that hurt us, you know, did not give us any wisdom, did not communicate with us well. So we have to pay attention to those things. Again, it is time to move forward. It is time for absolutely for many of us to move forward with the Six of Swords. Moving forward. Everybody is moving forward, and definitely moving forward in generosity. Six of Pentacles. Moving forward in generosity. This is the end of a cycle. Many of us are willing to walk away in the spring, and this is the perfect time to go into something new. Make sure you are prepared. Make sure you are armed with what you want to see yourself go out there into. The sadness, the losses, the depression, the feeling sorry for ourselves cannot go with us into this victory. This is a time for many of you all where you're going to uproot your families and your children. And definitely this is about the spring is about going forward into the new. Everything is coming up into the new. The trees are being reborn. The ground is being reborn. The air is being reborn. The thinking is being reborn. All of the animals on the planet are giving birth to children. Everything is coming up new in planet Earth right now. So planet Earth during the spring is absolutely about to go through a rebirth of equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles. We are about to start caring more about one another and understanding that we are all one. We are all one energy. You can debate it. It's just my personal opinion. And we have to figure this thing out. We have to move up to a higher perception. We have to take care of others that are vibrating in their higher self just as if they are us. And so we've got some decisions to make. You've got your Nine of Cups here. You know, we've got some decisions to make because we have come to a place of feeling content. It's going to be spring or autumn equinox. It's going to be a space where we are very content and happy with what is manifesting. You know, this is a good emotional state. This is a place where you have been persistent. You have stood your ground. You have really done the emotional work, and this is how we're getting this victory that's right above us. Right above us. We can reach up and touch it. Many of us are having experiences where we can feel it. And so we're definitely in a big shift all across planet Earth for the divine collective, everyone who is looking towards seeing planet Earth be in a very luxurious, beautiful, rich planet for everyone. Many new businesses are coming forward for us with the Nine of Pentacles. This is a time to make sure your vineyards are in good order. What is your inheritance look like? What is being created? Who is starting their own business with this new year? Who is stepping into their royalty? Many of the divine feminine, you are really putting yourself on a pedestal, loving, nurturing yourself, tending to your well-being, taking care of yourself, treating yourself well, really nurturing your business. Get on it. This is the time. Birth that new business, what the Nine of Pentacles says. Take good care of yourself is what the Nine of Pentacles says. It says that everything new is coming in a great, comfortable space. This is a comfortable space. And it's coming in now. It is in progress with the wheel. This is a beautiful wheel card. These cards are new, guys. So if I screw anything up, don't let me know. This is a beautiful wheel card. And so this means motion is happening for you. You have already taken the actions to turn your back on the things that do not serve you. Some of you guys may have been in a little emotion because this was some type of business loss in the past. I see this as in the past, and you definitely come back into your own good footing because you went into a new direction. Many of you all had uproot your children and move to a totally different state. Some even further than that. But you definitely move to a new mental state, with this being a 10 is an ending of an old way of thinking, old way of communicating, old way of being, and wanting something new. 4 of Pentacles, something new that you can hold on to that's of value. Something that you need to hold on to that is of the value. This is 4 of Pentacles is about something that you are desiring. And many of you all are desiring to relocate in the springtime. Excuse me. This is a desire. When I see this, you are in great desire to see this thing. Many of us are happy to see the physical, final, forward moving, and actually seeing things shift in planet Earth, shifting us back to what I consider is heaven on earth. And the ones who are not experiencing that, and it's because they are in a lower way of thinking. It's time to shift the thinking. It's time to come out of the box. It is time to grow something new in the spring. Do something new. Be more giving in the spring. Plant beautiful seeds, spiritual, mentally, physically, financially, and romantically. Speak to the fact of what we would like to see manifest, and leave the opposite as a backdrop thought. If it comes through, release it. Speak something well over it. But this is definitely about holding on. Holding on. Don't give up. Take the blinders off. With this 8 of Swords, take the blinders off. You see, we're walking through a whole new doorway. We're walking through an entire new porthole. And this means that we have to elevate our thinking, and we have to shift with this and not look at this from a perception of doom and gloom and loss, but in a perception of a necessary cleanse for the entire planet of concepts and precepts and actions and injustices that do not serve the well-being of many on this planet. And how long do we allow this acting like we don't see what's going on with this 8 of Swords? How long are we going to do that? You know, how long are we going to wait before we, Knight of Cups, allow the waters to fluidly flow in planet Earth? Spring is the perfect time to do this, a time of love. Very oceanish is what it brings me to. Going forward, finding something beautiful that hydrates us, that offers us a cup of love that we are worthy of, that is, you know, to our well-being, that is in you know, good vibration with us. We got 10 cards. We're going to clarify these cards. Spring Equinox, our victory coming forth. What is the overall energy for the collective tribe? The people that love planet Earth, want to see planet Earth thrive, want to experience a safer, cleaner, more beautiful place, want true freedom, overall energy wanting to be fortified, strengthened, stand strong. This is a time to have a strong victory. With the Strength card and the 6 of Wands, this is the time to be strong in what we've accomplished and what we have made it through in such an interesting 2020 year. It made the entire planet stronger, in my opinion. It really opened many eyes on planet Earth. It grew us as a planet, as a collective, not just solely thinking of self and our individual needs, but as a collective, everything that is happening to your neighbor, to your community, is happening. Anything that's happening in my community, in my state, in our planet, affects me in some type of way. So we've really grown through these losses, this Four of Cups. We've grown through this losses, and we need to just look higher for the fruit. Higher in our mental state, in our universe. We need to look higher. Self, our family, our community, our planet, our universe. We need to see and perceive with our third eye, not our emotions. Dare I say that? Yeah, I've had losses through this planetary shift that they call COVID. You know, so I understand, but we cannot perceive it from a state of losses. We have to perceive it from a state of, why is this the manifestation? And how can I do my part to raise my vibration in the planet to stop this from happening? How can I see from a different perspective? 10 of Swords, talk to the divine collective. Great transition with the Death card. Big transition. We're going through a cleansing. Nothing will ever be the same again. 6 of Cups. This will never look the same as the past again. This transition is going to be a permanent transition. This is divinely guided. This is a universal calling. This is ancestral energy, whatever that means for you, coming back into planet Earth and reestablish itself. This is a divine feminine rise in the planet. How dare I say that? It is, because the divine feminine in the planet has been suppressed for way through long, about to the tune of possibly 600 years. And it is time for that to transition. It is time for divine feminine to take back her throne. It is time for her to be powerful in planet Earth. And it is time for her to reignite the planet Earth with love. This is going to take some action with the 6 of Swords. This is going to take some action for all of us, collective, divine, feminine, collective, all across the planet. Your personal behaviors have nothing to do with me or this reading. I don't care who you are. If you are looking to have a harmonious, happy experience all across the planet, wherever we go, whoever we are, this old system has to come down. Period. It just has to go. And for those who try to keep going forward and push forward, whoever they are, families that perpetrate a illusion out there through the masses, through media, this is time for it to come down. It's time for everyone to think for yourself, not what's programmed into you. It's time to think for yourself. It's time for you to consider the person standing right next to you, even if it isn't someone you know or someone you love. It is time to come out of the matrix and come out of these programming. It is time to leave that old cycle of thinking for the entire family. It starts with the entire family. A total reprogramming inside our individual homes, tearing it down. Many of us, that means that everybody needs to go systematically, in my opinion, and throw out your televisions. I mean, you have to be aware of some things that are going on around, maybe internet feed. That's what I chose to do in my home. I haven't had television in my physical space as far as my everyday living in 10 years. I don't allow a TV in my bedroom because It is my sacred space where I get to do whatever I want to do, and nobody gets to come into that space or my personal space and tell me what I need to do. So I feel like the programming is a part of the problem. People being programmed to think what somebody is leading them as if they are a herd of animals, as opposed to thinking in our higher self for ourselves and what we should be doing and what is the highest thing to do for self, for family, for my community, for our states, and for our planet. Giving, Six of Pentacles, giving to each other, giving to those and lifting others up into a higher space of thinking. Making offers, Princess of Pentacles, making an offer. What do you have within your life, Divine Collective, all across the planet? Me, myself, right here, right now. What do I have in my possession that I can share with someone else that would make their lives better? See, this is a disproportion. You see how those where the imbalances are, that is symbolic to a woman in a wheelchair, those where there are injustices, you see those that are out here hogging up all the resources and classifying themselves as billionaires or millionaires that have done all of this great hard work. And there are some that are not wanting to share the resources and make this equivalent. And this is what's really happening on the planet. There's a call for balance. We're going back into heaven on earth. There's a call for balance. There's a call for people who have abundant resources to start giving to those and making this entire planet balance where we all thrive, period. Where we all thrive. And it's not going to start happening to those. You see it starting to happen, because I see some amazing things happening through TikTok. But you see it where people are gifting. Those that have more resources are just gifting to those, helping people start businesses, giving them the down payment, giving them money, paying their rent, buying things that are necessary for them, their children, their families, giving men work situations that actually allow their families to be comfortable. I've been seeing it happening. So raise the thinking. If you are in doom and gloom across planet Earth, it is time to shift and really see what's really happening on planet Earth. But the old system has to die. The old system, and those who are slow laggers and want to hold on to the old system and it's not looking at this from a deeper perspective, it is time to come into a higher state with the Empress. We're giving birth to something new. This is time for us to be, the Empress is about being a good parent, nurturing our own families, Nine of Cups. Nurturing our families, specifically divine feminines and divine masculines, nurturing each other, especially among our younger people. And I'm speaking younger people in the age group of 18 to 30. There's some guidance that's still needed there for our young adults. I would even go a little bit younger and say 16 to 30. Because I am seeing them and I'm having conversations with them. And there's really a need for an emotional connection, for a nurturing environment, for a safety that's needed. And that is a part of the victory that we're establishing through the spring equinox of doing everything new. How can I reconnect my family, my household in a new way where it not just only serves my family and my household, but once I go outside that door, there's a replication of that safety, that safe haven, wherever I go in planet Earth. And it doesn't feel like that for many of us in planet Earth, that we don't feel safe. okay? And we feel the need to protect ourselves. Nine of Pentacles talk to the earthlings. The earthlings, what y'all out there doing? What is the spring equinox bringing towards us? Spiritually, mentally, physically, financially. This is a final judgment. This is the ancestral return. This is our higher self coming back. This is us returning to our throne, and nothing's going to stop it. And in that, there will be deaths. Because in any loss, there's a gain. When something leaves, something new is coming in. And the loss for many of us across planet Earth is loss of people that we love in the physical, but the energy never dies. The energy never dies. This is a final decision that everyone is going to be able to live a life of luxury. This is a decision being made by the heavens. Whatever your higher self is, believe, because the thinking of retaking back our mind as a collective is what's going to make the manifestation of comfort for everyone across planet Earth. A final decision to think wealthy has started planet Earth turning back into her crown, into her higher self. The sun reprogramming all, and I mean the sun, S-U-N, in the sky, sending out signals from its coronal, 5-dimensional signals from the coronal to reprogram us, to cleanse us, to purge us back into our highest self. The Hermit, taking us into wisdom. See those ancestral signals, waves coming down to us. We're being covered right now, people. This is a very fortunate time for planet Earth. We're getting clarity. This is a spiritual ascension. This is the ignition of the Kundalini energy. This is a reprogramming back into our power. Yes, it is. The voices of light, our ancestors, our higher self, the universe, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever you feel your higher self to be, Muhammad, it doesn't matter. We are going back into our higher state of being. We're going back into wisdom. We're going back into our ancient blood, our DNA. And many of us are accessing that through cleaning our blood through diet. We are manifesting it with the magician by going back into our ancient principles. We are doing this by surrendering and allowing our ancestors to rise in us and guiding us and releasing control. We are riding the energetic wave of magic. We are holding on and not giving up. We are 4 cups spreading love and letting it overflow to our fellow man, our next person. We are really starting to be pleasing to our own self. And that is a part of that being able to overflow out into anyone that we come in contact with across planet Earth. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they dress. Those are personal freedoms that should be available to anyone on planet Earth. But what is the energetic vibration? What is the soul or the DNA that is operating that physical avatar that you see in planet Earth? What is operating that? What is the energy that you feel off of that person? 8 of Swords. What is the energy that is being felt? This is the rest. 4 of Swords. We are getting a break from the bullshit. I had to say it. It was sitting there in my throat chakra. It just had to come out. We are getting a break, guys. This is not what you're thinking it is. Let go of this physical reality and shift the thinking. This is meditation for many. This is taking the blinders off. This is going through a new porthole mentally. Going through a new porthole mentally. This is a rest, a retreat for us. How many people been working in this country since they were a teenager? Me, since I was 16. I've been working for this system since I was 16. Didn't become aware or come out of my slumber until 10 years ago. I'm a 50-year-old woman getting reintroduced to the higher spaces within myself. And if we all vibrate collectively in this higher space, we are going into a state of being able to actually be able to enjoy life and live life and create our desires in the things that make us happiest the most. What makes us happiest the most. So this is a victory. Spring equinox is bringing us in a victory. It is going to mold us and shape us and take things away that are no longer serving not just your highest good, but the highest good of the entire planet. Look higher within yourself because you are covered and protected by some strong ancestral roots that cannot be broken by anything, any illusion that lower vibrations try to portray. This is a universal ascension. So you have power bagging you. We have power bagging us. All we have to do is keep moving forward. Walk around from the things that are not serving us. Let the death occur because we are not going to stop resisting because it is nothing that's going to stop what's happening. Stand in love, stand in giving, stand in your childlike state of caring about every single thing that is around us that we come in contact with. Let the system fall. Get to a safe place, haven, with like-minded people. Give. Be grateful as much as possible. There are amazing, unexpected offers that are going to land in the hands of all of us. We're going into our crown again. We're going from the heart chakra to the communication. People speaking up into our third eye, being able to see this clearly and regaining our position back into the planet. This is a final decision. Nothing can change this. I don't care what they put on TV. I don't care what they try to program us with. Nothing is going to stop this. The wheels are already turning. The wisdom has already arrived to the planet. The ancestors are already here. The spirit guides are already covering us. They say, hold on. Stand in love. Be happy. And walk through this gate and take the blinders off. I thank you for listening to my interpretation of the spring equinox. We will be fortunate and we will be successful. I thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and donating. Happy spring equinox. Peace.